Westmobile with our good friend dietitian April here, and we are talking about good snacks. You know, football season's coming up, and something that I love is hummus, and we're making it today.
Yes, I'm so excited because hummus is not only fun to eat, tastes delicious, but it's also pretty good for us.
Yeah.
So we have some great ingredients from Rouses that we're going to be putting in this hummus, and if you have a blender, you can literally make this in 5 minutes.
What?
Yes, it's so easy.
So easy peasy. Now,
yes.
A lot of us know hummus, but we don't know about the ingredients that go in it. So we have a handful and a variety of ingredients today, but something that I asked you about earlier are chickpeas. I didn't actually know what kind of food group they go in, but they're kind of like a bean.
It's kind of like a bean. You might find garbanzo beans and chickpeas. They kind of go hand in hand. So we have a huge variety of them at Rouses. So we also have some no salt added ones as well.
Right.
But I usually get them in the can, and then you drain off the liquid.
Aha, so you do drain the liquid. Now, we have we have some lemon juices and a couple spices in there too, but something good about no salt, like we were talking about, is that you and I can control the amount of salt that we put in our food.
Right, exactly. So if you use a no salt added, you can put a little bit of salt in it if you want to, or you can leave it out. So you have more control over it. So it's great to be able to kind of take the reins on what you're eating and making it homemade. And then if you don't want to make it homemade, we do have hummus at Rouses that you can buy as well.
And it is so good.
Yeah, so we got you back there, okay? But yeah, so we have the canned garbanzo beans or chickpeas, which is a legume high in fiber, very good for us, and also high in protein.
Oh,
a lot of people forget that our beans give us it's a good source of protein. Yeah, make us feel full too. Yeah, which is really good.
Yeah, always a good thing.
Yes. And then the next ingredient is called tahini. It's a fancy word for ground sesame seeds. So this is sort of like a background flavor that you taste whenever you eat hummus. If you don't want to add it, you actually don't have to add it. It's kind of one of those ingredients that's optional. I like the flavor of the tahini in it, and I did use it today in our example as well. And then we have, of course, our Rouses olive oil.
So good.
It's so versatile. You can literally use it in anything. Salad dressings, the hummus dips. You can use it in cooking. I mean, it's wonderful. And then we have our minced garlic, and we also have our Rouses salt that we're going to put in. And then something that a lot of people don't realize that's in it is cumin.
Really?
Yes.
I would have never guessed that.
Yes, it's about a quarter of a teaspoon of cumin, and it's another background flavor. But that's the same thing we put in our tacos. You know,
adds that little something to it, right?
Yes, it does. It gives you a nice little flavor in the back, and then also some lemon juice. So we have our Rouses lemon juice. It's and if you want to squeeze a fresh lemon, it's about a half of a fresh lemon.
Oh, that's nice to know for sure. So coming up, we're going to mix all of these ingredients together. Like she said, if you do have a blender at home, only takes about 5 minutes, but you can get a little workout in too. So when we come back, we'll start mixing in just a second. Welcome back. We are here with dietitian April here at the Rouses Culinary Center in Westmobile, and we are talking hummus today, one of my favorite healthier snacks. Now, something I want to talk about before is eat right with Rouses. You help us eat right here at our Rouses.
Yes, absolutely. So as the dietitian for Rouses, I do go through the store and look at our healthy products, and then we also have some labels next to the healthy options, and it says dietitian recommended, and you'll see the little eat right symbol. It looks like on my apron right here, and it says dietitian recommended product. And then not only that, but we also have a huge amount of resources on our website on rouses.com where you can actually pull up some tips for eating healthy. You can also pull up some grocery shopping lists, and also just basically things like if you're looking to look for low sodium items, what's the best way to go about that? What's the best way to find low carb options? So we have a bunch of resources on there for you as well.
Yeah, you and the Rouses team definitely makes it easy for us at home just to come here and pick out the healthy healthier options for us at home if we're making something like hummus or even something like barbecue, and we'll talk about that here in just a little bit.
Yeah.
But we do want to start with our hummus now. So we talked about the ingredients, but now it's time for the mixing.
Yes, absolutely. So what we're going to do is literally we're just going to assemble everything into our blender, and then we're just going to let our food processor, whatever you have that's going to make it nice and smooth and creamy, and we're literally going to assemble it in there, blend it up, and it's going to be done.
Wow.
I mean, super simple, super easy. It's still hot outside, so we don't even have to turn on the oven and get warm in the kitchen with this. All right, so what we're going to put is our can of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, and I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to try not.
And you're doing a great job.
I'm probably going to drop a few.
That's okay.
It's going to be a party. It's going to be our garbanzo bean party. Right?
Garbanzo beans. I feel like there's no easy way to do this though.
Well, look, you know, I'm a little bit of a messy cook in the kitchen, but you know what? I clean up after myself, so it's okay. My mama taught me well.
And if you do, if there is a mess, it proves that you are in the kitchen. So
That's it.
no bad things there. But we're adding this. Now, what you have to remind me?
Tahini.
Tahini. I want to say
say.
tzatziki.
Tahini. Tahini. The ground sesame seeds.
Yeah.
And it's about 3 tablespoons that we're going to put in there. And then we're going to put in about 3 tablespoons of Rouses olive oil as well. Okay.
Always mixes nice.
Yes. And then olive oil, a lot of people say, you know, olive oil is full of fat. It does have fat in it, but it's a healthy fat. So hard, healthy fats, low in saturated fat. So it's okay. It's okay to use it because of its health benefits as well. Now, with the next thing, we're going to put our garlic, and it's going to be half of a teaspoon of garlic. And I like to use the minced one because I like whenever you mix it in and it kind of breaks down that you just get so much of a garlic flavor.
Right.
I like that one. And then we're going to put 2 pinches of salt. Okay, so we're just going to put 1 and 2. Okay. And that's optional. If you don't want to put salt, you don't have to put it. That's the beauty of making it from scratch. And we're going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of our cumin. Right? Easy so far, right?
Yes.
And then we're going to put our half of a lemon juice, which I'll usually use about like a tablespoon for half of a lemon.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be putting in some water, okay? Now, why water? Because, and you want it to be cold water, not hot water.
Oh, that's nice to know.
Yeah, yeah. And now the water, I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons, but you have to kind of play that by ear. It depends on the consistency. So as you blend it up, it's a little bit of a drier mixture. It's not like you're making a smoothie, okay? So it's a little bit drier. So as you blend it, the blender's going to tell you if you need to add more water. It's going to kind of have that dry sounding where it's spinning and it needs something. So when it's spinning and it needs some more water, just add a tablespoon at a time, and then until it gets to that creamy texture that you like.
Awesome. So definitely something to keep in mind. Water is everything in the situation, but keep your eye out on for your blender. So when we come back with Joe, all we're going to do is really plate and eat, right?
That's it.
Easy peasy, no excuse not to make this delicious hummus at home. We'll be right back to try it out.
That sounds good.
We're back here with April, the dietitian at Rouses, and you are making a great thing today. Football party's coming up.
Yes.
It's be great for dipping, all that sort of stuff.
It's awesome. You can make this for your party and just be the hit of the party. It's really great, and you can actually have some different items that you can pair with it as well. So right here I have some pita bread. I have also some veggies. I like to dip veggies in my hummus, and so we have this great pita bread. It's called tofu and pita bread. It's in our bakery section. It's a whole wheat bread. We also have a multigrain. Goes great with it. You don't even have to cook it. It's already made.
And pita bread in general is usually a little bit better for you than your standard bread that's out there as well too.
Yeah. And it's actually very filling. And this kind has some fiber in it too.
Great.
It has some protein as well. So
lots of nutritional benefits to that. So what do we need to do here to finish this hummus we've been working on today?
So what we did was we blended it up. So So literally we added everything to the blender, blended it up, and then I'm just gonna put it onto this plate for us. And then I'm gonna let you do the honors of making it look really pretty.
Because that's my specialty.
That's your specialty.
My forte.
Yes.
So for someone who's just tuning in right now and they missed when you blended this all together, what is in our hummus recipe so far?
So the main ingredient for the hummus recipe is going to be our chickpeas or garbanzo beans. So whichever one you see in the store, they go hand in hand. It's basically the same thing. And then we added some tahini, which that's an optional add too, which is ground sesame seeds. And then we also added our Rouses olive oil, which you're sprinkling on is some paprika. And you're being very generous, right?
Yes. I love me some paprika. Maybe I'll go the opposite direction. So just olive oil, just drizzle it?
Just drizzle it.
Just drizzling?
And all right, and yeah, and so
perfect.
Yeah, so perfect. Yeah, so definitely we're just kind of adding, the paprika is just going to really make it look pretty and pop a color. And then the olive oil is just going to give it a little bit more of that creamy flavor. Is it good?
It really is creamy. That's a great word to describe it.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's great. It's super simple, super easy. The other ingredients we added was garlic, salt, and we added some cumin and lemon juice, and then some water. And then while you're mixing it, you have to really add a little bit water at a time. You don't want to over add water because you don't want it to be too liquidy. We wanted that creamy texture.
I don't want to be accused of double dipping, so I'm going to use the other end and have one more bite before we go.
There you go. That's the
so
secret.
Good. This is so great, y'all. This is a recipe you're absolutely going to want to look into.
Yeah.
They can find it on Fox 10 website and the Rouses website as well, correct?
Absolutely, yes, on Rouses.com.
Y'all ready to try some of this out? Yeah. All right. Sounds good. April, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's so much fun.
So good.